You're a lunatic. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is February 26th. It is Sunday, 2022. Sun is out in the sky. It's a beautiful day here. I think we're going to be in the 50s today, I believe. We're getting good sunshine on the solar panels. So really a good situation. All right. Now, we've talked a lot about in the past. I want to do a video on this topic. Well, before we start the topic, I just want to remind everybody I'll be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. So I would definitely encourage you all to join me then. And we will see, we'll have a good conversation on topic to be determined yet. I haven't really decided what the topic is going to be yet. But we've talked about a lot of these things in the past here, which I'm about to speak about. And I wanted to go over some things. We're going to talk about some mistakes that you could make when bugging out that could be deadly. All right, so we're going to go over these things, and it's some of it may seem to you as well that's common sense, but a lot of it's just not common sense. All right. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is not having a bug out location, not having some place to bug out to. A lot of people have bug out bags, right? Which is good because everybody tells you, oh, you got to have a bug out bag, which is great. But most people don't have a bug out location to go to. Now that may seem kind of strange because if you have to bug out, you're going to definitely need to have some place you're going to. That's just smart. Making sure that I don't know if it's really not that much of a breeze, so hopefully this is not going to interfere with that. Let's see. The second mistake a lot of people make is not rehearsing the bug out plan. So what do I mean by that? It means taking trips, making sure that you know where you're going, what you're going to be doing, having a game plan in place. That's going to be really important. Like when I talk about bugging out and everybody's in different locations, you have to figure out, okay, where are we going to meet to start out if we're all separated? Or, if everybody's home, obviously that's not going to be a thing, but rehearsing, knowing what you want to do, planning it out, okay? The other thing that a lot of people don't think about is attempting a long-distance bug out on foot. If you have not been practicing that, all right, if you have not been actively hiking with a pack on and doing those type of things, attempting to do it on a first attempt with no practice, that can absolutely be something that could be fatal to you because you are underprepared for that. You're not ready, all right? That's a really huge problem. The other problem that people I think don't think about ahead of time is preparing for your weakest link. So you look at your family members. Who's going to slow you down? Who's the one that you're bugging out? You're going to your bug out location if you have one, and you're on your way. And you feel you're pretty confident health-wise that you can make it well. But what you have to take into consideration, if you have small children, they can't go like you can go. If you have elderly with you, they cannot go like you can go. If you have somebody who's compromised in any way, they're going to slow you down as well. So you're only going to make the distance as far as your weakest link can go. But the next one would be not storing enough supplies at your bug out location. This is important too, and I've kind of talked about this before. If you have a bug out location and your initial plan is to possibly stay home as long as you can before you bugged out, what are you going to do if you get to your bug out location and you're inadequately supplied? I don't know where I just lost sight of her. She was up over here. Want to make sure she hasn't run off. Hello? Oh, there you are. Okay, I didn't see you, girlie. Good girl. She's a lunatic. All right. So making sure you have enough supplies at your bug out location. Now, I would also encourage you, if you have supplies at your bug out location and nobody's there full time at your bug out location, making sure that you have them hidden well. Okay, that's a really, really important thing. Let's see. Next mistake a lot of people make: you have your bug out bag. You overestimate things. You've packed too much weight in your bug out bag, so you start bugging out. You're on foot, per se, and now you have a 70, 80 pound rut pack that you're carrying. That's just not even feasible, even for somebody who's in the best shape, to do that long distance. So making sure you keep your packs lighter, just keep the necessities in your pack. Try to keep your weight under 50 pounds if you can. If you're a man, if you're a woman, I would suggest keeping your pack under 30 pounds. All right, you're going to start dumping gear. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get walking, and the next thing you know, you're going to realize this is too heavy. What am I getting rid of? So don't overpack what you have. Okay. Let's see. The next one is overestimating your fitness. This is an important one because we all think that we're in better shape than we are, until you get out there and you start walking and you realize, holy crap, I'm not in as good a shape as I thought I was. If you are practicing, if you are putting in the hours of hiking and having a pack on and walking with that on, it's really going to make a difference longer term when it comes to your fitness level. It's going to make it much, much better. All right, here's the other one that people don't think about: having rally points. What do I mean by rally points? What I mean by that is you're on your way to your bug out location. You end up in a firefight. There's a fire. There's some kind of a panic of some sort where you get separated. Where are you going to meet if you get separated? Further down the line, on your way to your bug out location, have points that you say, okay, if we get separated, we will meet here. Okay, so that's really, really important. Those are things that people don't think about, because what are you going to do then if you get separated? It's going to be crazy. Okay. The next one is not planning for multiple routes. I've talked about this one before many, many times, folks. You need to have more than one way to get to your bug out location. It's really, really important, because the more ways that you have to go, if you're on your way one way, that way gets blocked off and you can't go that route now you have to figure out, what alternative routes can I take to get to where I need to go. The highways are jammed, they're a parking lot. Well, you can't take the highways. What are your alternative routes? How can I go there without being on the highways? So those are things that definitely need to plan. Now, these next two, I want you to really think about these ones. These ones are really, really important. So now you've been on the road for a bunch of days. You finally have reached your bug out location that you're going to. You got your supplies stored there and stuff like that. And you come rushing down into your cabin. You open the door, and there's 4 people sitting in there with guns. It's not going to end well for you, okay, if somebody is taking over your bug out location. The best course of action when you are getting close to your bug out location: set up, have your binoculars, check and make sure that nobody's at your bug out location, nobody is taking over your bug out location, and observe that. Make sure you don't go rushing in because you're just so happy to finally be there. So that's an important aspect that people need to take into consideration as well. And the last one that is really important as well is waiting to establish security at the bug out location. So what do I mean by that? So there's 6 of you, right? And you finally have made it to your bug out location. You are exhausted. You're tired. You've been on the road for days and days and days, and you just can't wait to get in there and just go to sleep, and everybody just wants to crash. And so that's what you do. Well, what happens if you're all sleeping and somebody shows up with bad intentions? What happens when you're all sleeping and the person that has been watching your bug out location and waiting for people to get there, or whatever the case may be, and nobody's staying up? From the very beginning, when you get to your bug out location, when you're on the road to your bug out location, when you are stopping for resting at night, somebody always has to be awake. Somebody's always got to be awake. I don't care if you do it in 2-hour shifts or 3-hour shifts. You get to the bug out location and everybody's exhausted. You know, so everybody goes to sleep. You got one person maybe up keeping watch, making sure everything's safe. Even if in the beginning you only do a 2-hour window, you should probably look at doing a 4-hour window so people can get more restful sleep. But if you did a 2-hour window and you rotate it around so that the people can get a good amount of sleep. Now, obviously, the first person that that's gonna relieve you has just had a 2-hour nap if they were able to go to sleep at all. So, you know, those are things that you have to think about. You got to make sure that security is paramount. You're being safe. You're making sure that somebody's on watch at all times. All right. I hope these tips help. I hope this puts something in your thinking caps and gives you something to think about. These are important things that we need to do in planning. So, quick recap, right? Make sure that you have plans, you have bug out location to go to, that you have a route to get there. Now, I'll tell you what, the best case scenario when you have a bug out location is having somebody live at the bug out location full time. That way you don't have to worry about somebody else being there when you get there, because if somebody's living there at the bug out location full time, then somebody's already there, they're established, they're not going to be going anywhere. That's important as well. All right, a few things to think about. I hope this helps. Again, just be ready, guys. Be physically ready, be mentally ready. Make sure you have multiple routes. Proper planning. Proper planning will get you to successfully accomplish your mission. All right? So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we truly will be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right, I hope y'all have a great day. I will see you at 8 o'clock tonight for the live stream. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.